What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is, and we are, the Vertcoin Core. Today is December 24th, 2021. Do be sure to smash that like, leave a comment below, and of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Market cap 31 million, volume 330,000, circulating supply 63,116,000 Vertcoin. Currently, the price is 49 cents, 976 Satoshis against a Bitcoin value of 50,728 United States Dara. Stopping in to take a look at the charts here against USD, here we see that we have come all the way down from the halving. We've dipped below the purple box range and are starting to make our way back up in this kind of swoop formation here. We'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at this against BTC. And if you kind of omit this part of the chart, it does create more of a cup and handle formation. This comes down a little bit low right here, but it doesn't come all the way down to the bottom here. So we'll see how that plays out as we lead into 2022. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, Vertcoin versus Litecoin. We're going to start this journey off here, first trying to understand a couple of things about our opponent. To kick things off, I want to come right over to the Litecoin page on Wikipedia and start here real quick from the top. Litecoin is a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency and open source software project released under the MIT X11 license. Litecoin was an early Bitcoin spinoff or altcoin starting in 2011. In technical details, Litecoin is nearly identical to Bitcoin. And right here, right at the top below that, under history, it tells us exactly what Litecoin set out to be. By 2011, Bitcoin mining was largely performed by GPUs. This raised concern in some users that mining now had a high barrier to entry and that CPU resources were becoming obsolete and worthless for mining. Using code from Bitcoin, a new alternative currency was created called Tenebrix, TBX. Tenebrix replaced the SHA-256 rounds in Bitcoin's mining algorithm with the script function, which had been specifically designed in 2009 to be expensive to accelerate FPGA or ASIC chips. This would allow Tenebrix to have been GPU resistant and utilize all available CPU resources from Bitcoin miners. Tenebrix itself was a successor project to an earlier cryptocurrency which replaced Bitcoin's issuance schedule with a constant block reward, thus creating an unlimited money supply. However, the developers included a clause in the code that would allow them to claim 7.7 million TBX for themselves at no cost, which was criticized by users. To address this, Charlie Lee, a Google employee who later became engineering director at Coinbase, created an alternative version of Tenebrix called Fairbrix. Litecoin inherits the script mining algorithm from Fairbrix, but returns to the limited money supply of Bitcoin with other changes. This goes to show that Charlie Lee originally set out to develop a coin that would remain CPU mineable and GPU resistant. I looked into Fairbrix and found the following. On bitcointalk.org from October 2011, Fairbrix is a GPU unfriendly coin based on Locust's Tenebrix. The main difference between Fairbrix and Tenebrix is that Fairbrix does not come with 7.7 million pre-mined coins. In fact, only 100 blocks were pre-mined. Like Tenebrix, Fairbrix uses script for proof of work. This makes it hard for GPUs to calculate proof of work, so it's more effective to use CPUs for Fairbrix mining. And if there is any doubt left in the community that Litecoin did originally set out to remain ASIC resistant, this article on bitcoin.com about the pressures that are faced by coins that intend to remain ASIC resistant, we see here where Bitcoin Gold ended up having an ASIC developed for its algorithm. It says here, Bitcoin Gold isn't the only project that attempted to create an ASIC-resistant cryptocurrency that failed to meet that goal. The Litecoin network utilizes a different hashing algorithm called Script, and when the project first launched, everyone thought it would never see ASIC miners processing the LTC's blocks. However, the once claimed ASIC-resistant Litecoin Script algorithm turned out to be mineable by application-specific semiconductors. So based on what we learned about GPUs taking over CPUs for cryptocurrency mining, where does that leave us with our GPUs? Are we in danger of being edged out by something else? No, of course not. CPUs got beat out by GPUs because you still had those in your computer. I don't have an ASIC miner in my home computer, and I'm not going to have one. So the GPU was already there. It was just more powerful than the CPU, so it was a better option. Sure, there were people out there who were mining specifically on CPUs and didn't have GPUs. Of course, there's that turnover, but GPU became the dominant way of mining in a decentralized way before ASICs came in and basically started centralizing everything. This article from WCCF Tech shows that there is no slowing down in the demand for graphics cards right now. So all that is basically to answer the question, could the same thing happen to GPUs that happened to CPUs? No, of course not. Vertcoin, you can mine it with a GPU all the way down to 2 gigabytes, which lowers that barrier to entry even further. Vertcoin also takes Litecoin when it comes to decentralization of power. This is our known team of developers, our lead developer, James Lovejoy, but you see before that, we have the Vertcoin community. All decisions, all choices, all moves come from the Vertcoin community. Our very talented team of developers are there to make sure Vertcoin stays current on the latest updates and also remains decentralized and GPU mineable at all costs. With Litecoin, however, you have a board of directors, other directors, other volunteers and key contributors, lead Litecoin ambassadors. Wow, that's what you get with Litecoin, the Litecoin Foundation. 100% control. Yeah, nice placement. I want to close this segment out with a couple of quotes from this article from BTC Manager. I'm just going to scroll right to it, but the article is called 3 Reasons Why It May Be Vertcoin's Time to Shine. This is from September 5th of 2017. I do recommend checking this article out. It's good. It gives you some insight on where the market was and how Vertcoin was doing at the time in 2017 at the beginning of the bull run. But it says here, Vertcoin developer Gert-Jaap Glasbergen says, essentially we're doing 2 things. First, we say to the market, whenever an ASIC is developed, we'll hard fork our network to make your ASIC worthless. Second, we actually execute step 1. We did it before, moving from script in to Lyra 2 Rev 2. Basically, you can never make an algorithm that is impossible to bake into an ASIC. But because development of chips is an expensive venture, and there's a high risk of your investment becoming obsolete by us pledging the hard fork beforehand and proving that we'll follow through, makes us feel that we can keep ASICs out of VTC. The article goes on to conclude with, Vertcoin's time to shine may be upon us. We expect the altcoin to perform well for the rest of 2017. With 4 key reasons it is a good buy. Firstly, the block reward halving is approaching in December 2017, before Litecoin's and Bitcoin's halvings. Secondly, progress in the form of Segwit and Litecoin network will further increase its usability and improve awareness. Thirdly, the price has been flirting with a key psychological level at $1. Further bullish confirmation will be given once the $1 level is cleared. Finally, the ASIC resistance may appeal to a broad user base, becoming a favorite amongst newcomers and veterans alike. I believe that was true in 2017. It's even more true now, and I believe it'll become even more true in the future. And as for price potential and why Vertcoin should be in your crypto investment portfolio, I need only to draw your attention to this chart. Vertcoin against Bitcoin in the weekly time frame. Down here, if we look at the low in 2017, it was priced right at around 2,500 Satoshis. It peaked out in 2017 at 96,000 Satoshis. That's right, from 2,500 Satoshis to 96,000 Satoshis in the 2017 bull run. This is Litecoin in the same time frame. During 2017, it had a low of 27 I'm sorry, 270,000 Satoshis and reached 2.5 million Satoshis here actually into 2018. Going from 270,000 Satoshis to 2.5 million Satoshis is 9x. Looking back over at Vertcoin, going from 2,500 Satoshis to 96,000 Satoshis is 38x. Not pulling your leg there, it's all there in the charts. Vertcoin also beats Litecoin in terms of scarcity, as there are only 63 million Vertcoin circulating versus 69 million for Litecoin. That means there are only 15 million Litecoin left to be mined by those ASICs. There are 21 million VTC left to be mined by the community. Lastly, I want to give a very personal thank you to every one of the channel's 200 subscribers. We're just under a year now on the 1st. Yeah, on New Year's Day, it'll be a year since I started the channel. So hitting 200 subscribers in that time frame has been absolutely awesome. Definitely not bad for a channel about a forgotten shitcoin. Do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Very happy holidays, and I will see you in the next one. Vertcoin Core, out.